Hello again, everyone. This is Matthew from Contenting Life. Today, we're going to talk about content marketing in 2025. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive the latest updates about Contenting Life. Let's dive into the topic. So, before everything, let's just talk about the content. There are many different definitions about content. Some talking about any information, any news, or anything that just gives some information. Yeah, this is the definition, something I know about the content. But content in 2025 is something more about information. It has some high purposes like creating connection and providing value to audience, and then asking for a sale. And if someone wants to pay attention to your content in a world that we know that is full of noises and we are bombarded with information, if someone wants to pay attention to your content, you have to provide value. And you have to be useful. You have to solve some problems so users will follow you, will listen to you, and might buy from you. And it's something that you have to keep in mind if you're working as a content manager, content strategist, or anything, content planner for a company. The content mission is very important. You have to define it before you create anything. I'll talk more about the content strategy and content planning in other videos, but something just to wrap it up, just to talk about it shortly. You have to know that who is your audience and what problem are you going to solve for them, and why should they care about my solution? Why should they buy from me except from buying others? And you have to have a goal. Your goal have to become a trusted resource, not just a seller. It's all about creating connections. It's all about communication, which is above content, which is more important than marketing and anything. Communication is the key in today's world. We'll talk about communication in other videos as well. I will link them in this video after they are uploaded and ready. But today, let's talk more about the modern content landscape. There are lots of intense competition, and there are some new rules. The traditional kind of only blogging or only posting PR news releases, it doesn't work anymore. The world is changing very fast. There are some stats I can mention here. There are some predictions. None of them are written on hard rock, or they might change, but some estimate that content marketing industry can reach up to $2 trillion by 2032. It means it's going to be a huge market. Even though many of us might fear about AI, but I'll talk more about it later in the video. But AI is going to expand this industry. It's not going to be a threat for us if we know what to do, if we know how to use it. Something that we should know in 2025 and coming months and years is that the old model of media is gone. Today people are not just competing with other businesses. You are competing with influencers, competing with Netflix, top YouTubers, every creator on TikTok, and anyone. So the competition is fierce, I can say. For example, some stats about the rise of video in 2025. Video traffic is expected to account for 82% of all internet traffic. And 73% of consumers prefer short-form video to learn about products. I can say not many people read the captions on your Instagram. Not many people read the tweets, as they call it today, X posts. Not many people read blogs anymore. We all prefer videos, and especially short videos. Many people I see today that they even when they are watching a TV series or when they are watching some YouTube videos, they watch it in 2x. It means that speed is important for them, time is important for them, and you have a limited time to get their attention. So the fierce competition has changed a lot. But social media is another topic in this competition. Social media is becoming kind of a search engine, and around 40% of young people now start their searches on platforms like TikTok or Instagram. They don't search Google anymore. Google is for generation X, I can say, my age, we still use Google, but many teenagers I have been working and communicating with them, sitting with them, I see that when they want to search for something, they open Instagram, they open TikTok, and they search about products. They search about anything to learn on TikTok or Instagram or other social media first. If they don't find it, they might use Google, or they might use AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, or anything else. So what should we do about this? We now know that the competition is fierce and the competition is more towards the social media. So we have to follow the trend. We content marketers are the, I can say the, I don't want to say that word that starts with S. We are the servants. We are the servants of our customers and audience. We have to know what they want, where they are, and what they prefer for content. So it's better to embrace short-term video. If you're a content marketer, you have to start creating TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, anything you can buy. And there are lots of tools available you can use. You can see on my channel I'm using Veed in a free version because I'm just starting to create videos and I don't want to put that much of money on my videos. I just post my videos on YouTube and then use the platform named Veed to create some short content, short version of my top tips and tricks on my videos, and create some short reels. I post them on the short section of my channel. They get me some viewers, and they are useful in getting some viewers, and they might be useful in getting some subscribers, I hope. And another technique is to optimizing for social search. When you are posting on social media, it doesn't mean just posting the video, uploading it, editing, and everything is gone. No, you have to use relevant keywords, relevant hashtags in the captions. I told you that the people don't read that much of captions, but hashtags still work. You have to find top hashtags in your industry, the hashtags related to your post, and etc. Just put them in your captions. And this is something we did for blog posts. We use tags on WordPress. We categorize our content, but in social media, categorizing is done using, for example, in Instagram, you categorize your content using, for example, putting them on stories and then putting them on highlights, or you can categorize your posts by different hashtags or something like that. And you have to think about what your audience would type into the search bar on TikTok or Instagram. You have to know their intent. This is something we do for SEO on blogs. You have to follow it on other channels on Instagram and on TikTok and everything else. You have to first assume what they will search for and try to use it on in your captions and even in your narration, in your scenario of the videos you're going to post on social media. Well, let's go to the other topic, the power of AI in content creation, something that kind of has both of pros and cons for us content marketers. Sometimes it makes us feared, we feel overwhelmed of lots of AI tools. Should I follow them? Should I use it or not? What about organic traffic? No, um, we should not be worried. I don't think anyone should be worried. I love the future that AI creates for us. Yeah, I know that there will be some jobs that will be gone in the next years, even though my job and others will be gone. But you have to find the new jobs. You have to find new skills. You have to embrace the technology. It's like something for about 20, 30 years ago that computers came to life and were used in accountancy, in accountant jobs. And maybe some people said that, no, I still try my calculator. No, you can't still trust your calculator. You have to try the computer. It does more things. And this is it. I can say content marketers have to use AI still in 2025. They have to start learning it. They have to find one that suits them well and start using it as well as they can. It can help you produce more content, produce more efficient content, become a one-person team of creating content. It can help you a lot, so don't be afraid of it. And it can be the biggest change in content marketing in coming years. Some people say that there are some stats that 90% of content marketers are planning to use AI in their strategies. Even in content planning, I myself use it in my content planning, content strategies, and etc. Even for businesses, for myself and anyone who needs it, I use it because it can do the things faster. It can search the market. It can help me shape my persona. Everything I need, AI can help me, but you have to be next to it, not just trust solely to AI. There are some practical tips you can use AI in your content marketing. First, you can use it for ideation. Sometimes you don't have enough idea to produce content, or I don't know, fill your content calendar for the next month. You can brainstorm with Gemini, ChatGPT. Just talk to them, ask them answer, and review their answers. Modify their answer, tell them they are wrong or right. Just try to get idea from Gemini. I prefer Gemini Pro. I told it in my other videos because it has, I don't know, I think it's more intelligent than ChatGPT. But brainstorming, let's cut it short. Use AI for brainstorming for your content plans. Something else, you can use AI for repurposing. You can feed your long-term form content like a blog, for example, extract top points from a blog post and write a video narration from it. Or as I told you before, I use Veed. It receives my long video from YouTube and produces some short videos from it. It's very useful if you want to produce short videos in a short time and fast. But the final tip is very important. Human oversight is crucial when you are using AI. Never just copy and paste from an AI. You have to edit it for accuracy and use your own voice, your unique voice. For example, me myself, I get the tips, I get the ideas, I get the points that I want to talk about in my video, but I just check them and I use them as an idea to create my sentences. I create my sentences myself. I just don't read the narration from what Gemini writes. I just get the ideas, I check them that they are right, and then I start recording my videos. So this is the new shape of content marketing, I can say in short. I don't want this video to be long. I can give you some examples. I don't know if they use AI or not. I think they use it, but I can just give you some very useful examples. You can follow them. You can check their social media, their blogs, academy, and they can be case study. They can be benchmark maybe for content marketing. Duolingo and HubSpot are two perfect examples I can give you about content marketing. I suggest you check the Duolingo's TikTok account. It's very cool. It has the TikTok accent. Yeah, what I mean by TikTok accent. I believe that when you are posting on a social media, you have to know its accent. You have to follow its accent. You have to be like the people who are working there, like the people who are living there. You have to follow the influencers and know how they produce content, how they edit their content. And even if you're a brand, you have to somehow be like them. I know you have to follow your guidelines, your brand guidelines, but you have to somehow be like them. This is something that Duolingo does in the TikTok. They only post humorous, funny videos, meme videos. It's something that it goes viral easily on TikTok, and their TikTok account is a very good benchmark. HubSpot is something else. HubSpot is on another league. They always focus on providing value on their blog. I can say their blog is a masterclass in providing value. They provide incredibly detailed free articles, templates, guides, anything you need to become a marketer. I think I can say you can find it in HubSpot. I always suggest my friends that you can use HubSpot to learn everything you need about content marketing, SEO, anything, and it's all free. And it's you always trust it. And when you want to use product, something that HubSpot provides, you always remember that you learned a lot from them. So let's use their services. And for the final part of the video, let's talk about the practical steps. We saw that the competition is very hard. The field is changing, the industry is changing. What should we do to survive and follow our growth in this new kind of field and new kind of competition? I can give you some tips. The first one is focusing on authenticity. you can see lots of AI created content. I don't say it's bad or good, but I think if you focus on authenticity, if you add something from yourself, you can use AI, for example, for designing and anything else, but add something from yourself, from your brand. It can be a short video of your product, it can be a short interview, it can be your own voice, not only using AI generated voices. Add something to it, make it more humanized. I don't know what happens in the coming years. Maybe people prefer only watching AI generated content, but today still people prefer something organic, something that feels humanized, not only AI created. Second tip is to build a content pipeline. You just don't have to, you shouldn't create content only when you have inspiration. You have to have a content calendar, you have to have a plan, you have to know what to do, what not to do, and when to publish, where to publish. There should be a content calendar if you want to be consistent. The key for becoming successful in content marketing is consistency. I will talk about content calendars in the next videos, but you should know that having a content pipeline and having a strict content calendar is a must if you want to become consistent in producing content. Another tip is diversifying your formats. You shouldn't only post blogs, or I don't know, only focus on YouTube, only focus on TikTok or something like that. You have to find audience anywhere they are. They all use different, and you should know the first channel they prefer, your audience prefers. Then put lots of effort on that channel, and just try to have other formats as well. I know, blog posts, short videos, long videos, podcasts, anything. It depends on your resources, your budget. You have to be on that. You cannot only survive with having a blog anymore in 2025. And the last but not the least, measure what matters. It's the name of the book that talks about the OKR framework. I suggest you read it and implement it in your plannings and team working. And but just about this tip, you have to measure, you have to analyze your content. After 1 month of creating content and posting, you have to analyze what worked, what did work, what didn't work, what formats were received more engagement, and etc. You have to find your top content and use that data for your next plannings, and try to optimize your next contents and learn from your audience. See what they need more, see what matters most to them, and try to follow that line. Not after 1 or 2 months of content creation, assumptions don't mean anything. You have to be data driven. I will talk about data driven content marketing in other videos as well. But today I just wanted to give you some view of the content marketing in 2025, what has changed and on what might change in the future, and what you can do to survive in this competition and become a successful content marketer. Okay, thank you very much again for watching this video. I again ask you, if you can, please subscribe to my channel and post your comments, ideas. If you have any suggestion for next videos, I'll be grateful to read them and reply to you.